What are we doing? What are we doing? Logan Paul just got booked to fight Dylan Dennis in a boxing match. Now, we got the Paul brothers themselves, absolute social media, internet superstars. I get it. Everything they do, people pay attention. On the one hand, you got Jake Paul, who I believe is legitimizing himself as a pro boxer. And subsequently, you got Logan Paul, who now has fought KSI and now he's fighting Dylan Dennis. And this ticks me off for a couple different reasons. Number one, Logan, I get it. You're not exactly going the professional boxing route like Jake is, but to fight this guy, who I don't even want to name anymore because I feel like he's just been a troll and we keep giving him attention. We keep encouraging him with likes and tweets and headlines and fights like this. Why are we doing this? Why do we keep doing this? Jake Paul started out, this whole thing started out, oh, it's a big spectacle. Now Jake is trying to legitimize himself. Now Logan, this is absolutely a troll, spectacle, sensationalized entertainment type of fight. There is absolutely zero boxing credentials and zero boxing talent on this side of the picture, especially. I don't even know when the last time the dude fought was. I don't even know when the last time the dude signed his name to a contract and actually went through with said contract. I don't even know what he does anymore aside from sit on his phone and tweet things and Instagram things. So when I saw this announcement, I thought the biggest problem we have here, besides giving that guy on the right any kind of attention, is the second thing, and probably more importantly, is I think what Logan Paul is doing right now by doing this fight is delegitimizing the Paul brothers brand. Jake Paul is legitimately out there fighting former world champions in mixed martial arts, former big names in mixed martial arts, and current big names in mixed martial arts like Nate Diaz. He is not done. And we're going to do a breakdown of that fight as well. But this one just baffled me. I think because I think I was just surprised because I never thought, with all the trash talk and all the back and forth and all the banter and all the theatrics and all the all the wasted time of all of us that we've had to go through these tweets and all this stuff, and it's all over the internet. This guy on the right is somehow always there, and there's no reason for us to continue to let him be there. And then Logan Paul books a fight against him. Then Logan Paul decides to go. His next boxing match is going to be against this guy on the right. I'm like, what are we doing? And I get it. I know what everyone's thinking right now while Chandler's fighting Conor McGregor. I mean, we all remember the Artem Lobov thing and the Khabib Nurmagomedov thing. So the best way to get a dolly thrown through a bus window is let's go after one of his teammates. That's not true at all. I could care less about that. I am just very passionate about, I feel like we took steps forward in legitimizing the Paul brothers by Jake fighting a legitimate boxer in Tommy Fury and taking his loss like a man. Kudos to him. And then fighting Nate Diaz, who is a scary, scary fight. Beating Nate Diaz to then a couple days later, Logan Paul getting scheduled to fight Dylan Dennis, the guy on the right. I'll call him the guy on the right. And I know what you guys are thinking. This is not me making this video to come out at the guy on the right to tick Conor off because they're friends, they're teammates. They were just in New York training together. This to me is just from a branding standpoint. Unfortunately, I believe through osmosis, through guilty by association, Logan Paul is staining what Jake Paul is creating in professional boxing. Because even I have been very critical of Jake Paul. I thought Nate Diaz was going to beat him. I stand corrected. Good job, Jake. I think Jake is continuing to get better. I think Jake is big, a lot bigger than I thought he was when he's out there. He's faster than I thought he was. He's more of an athlete than I thought he was. He's getting better. He's gaining skills. He's creating this aura about him that, wait a second, can we really question whether or not, will he ever beat Canelo? Jake, you're crazy if you think you're going to beat Canelo. Would he ever beat these high-level pro boxers? Probably not for a very long time. Probably not ever. Let's be honest. He just started in his early 20s, basically. But you are legitimizing yourself. You are taking tough fights. You are taking big fights. You are showing that you are creating skills. And then, unfortunately, you're guilty by association of your big brother who is now going to take this kind of fight and make this kind of fight. So I think it's unfortunate for Jake that Logan makes this kind of decision, and it's even more unfortunate that we give this guy on the right any kind of clout whatsoever. I'm even doing it right now. Now that I think about it, I'm 5.5 minutes into this video. I'm like, why am I giving this guy clout? Why am I giving this guy another YouTube video or another social media piece that he once again gets talked about? It's just crazy the world that we live in. The world that we live in where you can have absolutely no talent, bring absolutely no value to a conversation, absolutely no value to a certain sport, a certain organization, and you continue to get talked about just because you're controversial, just because you're there. Just because you're there. Like a wart. Like a wart. You're like, well, I just doesn't really bother me that much. Doesn't really bring about a lot of value, but dadgum, it sure does. Every time I look at it, I'm like, I'd get disgusted. So it wells up some kind of emotion. That's what's happening here. That's what the guy on the right has been to grappling, where he disrespected that sport, became a mockery in that sport, and then he's wearing the Bellator gloves. He had one fight in Bellator, signed a 2-3 year contract or whatever it was, barely ever fought, never signed on the dotted line, and actually went through with his commitment. And then you got guys like Logan Paul, who was a huge superstar, who honestly, I think I'm just disappointed because I think I would actually buy the pay-per-view to watch Logan Paul in his next fight. I watched him at WrestleMania, or no, sorry, SummerSlam, one of the big WWE things here in Nashville. Superstar, dude. It's freaking fun watching him do his thing. Am I a huge WWE guy? No, but it was fun to watch. And then, man, now you're gonna go do this. You go from an exhibition with Floyd Mayweather, who at least obviously is a pro boxer, whether we thought it was a real fight or not. It was still fun to watch. And now you're gonna go do this. Maybe he needs a win. The guy on the right's obviously an easy win because he doesn't have any hands whatsoever. Doesn't really have any talent. He's got a great talent of being a troll and making people talk about him like that wart. But I think I'm just disappointed. I'm just baffled. Was thinking about it. I was like, hey, we got to do this video. We got to do this video. We got to do a reaction here because I'm just absolutely baffled. It's unfortunate for Jake that he is guilty by association of Logan Paul's horrible decision to fight this guy on the right. Don't buy the pay-per-view. Don't watch it. Let's send this guy off into the abyss to relative obscurity with basically no decency, no pride, no grace whatsoever. Tell me what you think. First of all, who you think's going to win this fight? I got Logan, hopefully by devastating KO. Let me know if you agree with me. And once again, like I said, I just got done telling you I would watch Logan's next fight. I would buy the pay-per-view. I watched him at SummerSlam. I'm not trying to hate on Logan. I just questioned this decision. I think there was a better way to go about it. There was a better opponent. There was some kind of big name opponent who's not crazy good, who's not just a mockery of athletics. So throw it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Sorry if this rubs some people the wrong way. I just love what Jake is doing. I think he's doing a pretty darn good job about it. So hats off to you, Jake. Logan, I question this decision, bro. But either way, hope y'all enjoyed the video. We'll see how this thing transpires. We'll see if the dude on the right actually shows up, and we'll see how this fight goes if it actually happens. So either way, hope y'all enjoy the content. Like, subscribe, comment below, get part of the conversation. God bless. I'll see you at the top.